I made it to the Connecticut State Capitol, and here I am in Harford, Connecticut, and behind me you'll see the Connecticut State Capitol, and I'm excited to walk around the Capitol grounds to bring you the outside of the Capitol grounds. By first glance, I saw that they had a bunch of statues, so we're gonna get to take a look at those, and then once I'm done walking around the Capitol grounds, I'm gonna go inside the Capitol, and I'm gonna record there and bring you what they have inside the Capitol ground. My first impressions so far is that the Capitol looks like something out of a Count Dracula movie because of the gargoyles that it has hanging off of the building itself. And then it has this nice golden dome, which looks impressive. But let's go ahead and get started so we can see what else they have on the Capitol grounds.
The Connecticut State Capitol is located in Harford, Connecticut, a city of around 120,000 people. The building houses the Connecticut General Assembly, which includes the 36-member Senate and 151 House of Representatives. It also houses the office of the Governor of the state of Connecticut. The current building is the third Capitol building for the state of Connecticut since the American Revolution.
So I'm starting the Capitol grounds tour from the public entrance side, and right behind me is the door to the public entrance. So if you come to this Capitol, you actually have to walk around from where you can park to the public entrance side, and right across from the public entrance you'll see this bridge, and this bridge goes to the legislative building. So it's a new legislative building, and even though they have offices inside the Capitol, they also have this legislative building where I guess they have other offices and other public places for viewings and whatever else. So if you want to go to the legislative building, that's how you'll get there.
The building's design is in the Eastlake style with French and Gothic revival styled elements. Construction of the building began in 1871, and the building was completed in 1878 and opened for the session of the General Assembly of Connecticut in January 1879. The central dome tower is distinctive. The dome is 32 feet tall, and on top of that is a cupola. The building's dome originally had a large statue on top named the Genius of Connecticut, but it was taken down in 1938 after being damaged in the Great Hurricane of that year. On the side of the Capitol, you'll find facades, which includes several statues, medallions, and carved tympanos over the doors. The statues are of politicians and other people important to the state's history.
So here I am on the north side of the building, and as you can see in the distance, there's actually a park that extends beyond the Capitol grounds. So I wouldn't say that it's part of the Capitol grounds, but in the distance around the park area, you'll also find a couple of historical artifacts if that's something that you're into. But I'm halfway done with the walk around the building. There's actually not much out here other than the statues that they have around the Capitol grounds. And so once I'm done with the recording of the statues, I'll make my way inside the building.
The north facade of the building is the main ceremonial entrance to the state capitol. Facing Bushnell Park, the north side is devoted to the founding fathers of Connecticut and the early history of the colony until the Revolutionary War.
All right, like I said, that was a quick walk around the Capitol grounds. Not much to see other than the green statues that it had. So now I'm gonna make my way inside the building and we'll get started there. check it out, we found our Liberty Bell. So Connecticut is probably one of the only capitals where I've seen the Liberty Bell inside the Capitol. Usually they are out on the Capitol grounds on display.
Prudence Crandall was an American school teacher and activist. She ran the school that became the first school for black girls. When she admitted Sarah Harris, she created what is considered the first integrated classroom in the United States. Nathan Hale was an American patriot, soldier, and spy for the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War. Hale is considered an American hero and in 1985 was officially designated the State Hero of Connecticut. Estimated at 150 years old, this statue is one of the oldest Civil War monuments in the state of Connecticut. This is a restored plaster model of the Genius of Connecticut statue that once crowned the Capitol dome. In December of 2009, a new bronze version of the Genius of Connecticut statue was installed in the Capitol Rotunda. It is currently awaiting funding to be mounted on top of the dome.
The stairs in this building are also interesting. So normally there's a grand staircase, but these stairs, they go up a little bit and then there's like a half landing, and then after the half landing, there's another half landing. So I do find these stairs interesting, and like I said, this building reminds me of something out of a Count Dracula film.
This Columbus urn is actually a silver-plated 20-gallon water cooler that was used until the 1920s for the House of Representatives.
All right, so it turns out that I made it to the legislative building after all, because I had to come here to see whether or not I was going to get access to walk inside the chambers of the Senate and the House of Representatives, which you could only do if you're on a tour. So I had to walk through that long but beautiful and highly decorated tunnel to come here to see what results I'm going to get. And while I'm here, we can check out the 5 floors of this building, or at least from the Rotunda area. Check it out. All right, so we got our access into the House and the Senate chamber. So we're gonna go there and I'm gonna get some better footage from inside the chambers. Hello.
The chair below the clock, the lieutenant governor sits in it, and we think perhaps they wish to become governor.
Oh, it's called the wishing chair?
Wishing, yes.
So how cool is this? This is the closest I've been to the wishing chair, as it's so colloquially named, since I've been doing these state capitals. So this is pretty cool. This is where the lieutenant governor sits and is wished, or her wish, to become governor. All right, again, check it out. This is the closest I've been in any House chamber where the president sits.
Yes, sir.
All right, I did it. I knocked out the Connecticut State Capitol, and it amazes me every time I go through these buildings just to see the architecture and the detail that was involved in constructing this thing more than 150 years ago. But it's now done, and again, I can check off another state capitol off my state capitol hunt list. If you like this video, make sure you give this video a like. If you want to see other state capitals that I'm going to ultimately, eventually add to the list, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And until the next video, as always, be safe and go travel. You have everywhere to go see. Peace.